Hello, John S. Rhodes here of the Rhodes Brothers. And have you ever wondered if it's possible to get rich with AI simply by reading? Well, we can craft a prompt that will lead us to a wonderful result and really an answer that I very strongly agree with. Now, in my early days, I was very much an introvert. Over time, I've gotten less introverted. I think everyone who says they're an introvert can become more extroverted. But if you're not quite there and you say, hey, I just love reading, it's my favorite hobby. And in fact, reading is a favorite hobby for many, many people. It might even be the most popular hobby in the world. Leave a note in the comments below if I'm right about reading being an extremely popular hobby. I'd love to know. But in any event, could you get rich just by reading? And I think the answer is yes, maybe a resounding yes, in fact. So, what is this prompt and why does it matter? Okay, I promise at the end of the video, I'll tell you what the answer to this prompt was. Okay, I'll give you the exact answer and why I agree with it. I'm also going to do something else. I'm going to give you the prompt right now, and then we're going to very quickly break it down together. Okay, so here it is. Here's the prompt for getting rich by reading. All right. What is the best proven method for building wealth through reading-based strategies alone, requiring no selling, no software, or social interaction? You're welcome, introverts. Focusing only on learning, implementing, and leveraging knowledge, that's the key, to generate passive or scalable income as a beginner. Now, you might need to go back and listen to that again. I encourage you to make sure that you really understand it, so do go back and listen if you need to, because the pieces and parts really do matter. You can tweak and fine-tune different parts of that prompt, but let me tell you, it works really well. And it's likely that you're going to get a slightly different result when you do it, maybe even a wildly different result when you use it. And you might want to tweak this prompt to use for other purposes. For example, the utilization of email or just web browsing, things like that are very easy and passive, pretty much for anyone to do. Okay, I digress. Let's get back on track and talk about the pieces and parts here. So what's the best proven method? So we want a method, a strategy, an approach. We don't just want an idea. We want something that's proven to work. So the best proven method. And next, building wealth. So we're thinking here about the wealth accumulation, the wealth creation as a process over time. We want wealth building not to be something like, hey, I can go buy lottery tickets and hope and pray for a great result. So we want to build wealth over time. It assumes maybe that we already have a job, maybe that we're on a career path, maybe that we're in school and we're going to be starting a business or we're going to be starting to work soon. Maybe we're near retirement. Maybe you're thinking about retirement and you want a side hustle, which we talk about on the Rhodes Brothers channel. In any event, the idea is accumulation of wealth, wealth building, snowballing your wealth. That's part of the reason why this particular prompt is so powerful. Another piece of this is all the things that you do not have to do. So again, introverts rejoice, right? Because we're talking about the lack of selling, no software, no social interaction. So no cold calling, no sophisticated software or technical knowledge required, and no selling, right? So there's nothing, chat-based or maybe over the phone you're trying to talk to someone. Really just nothing face-to-face where you have to communicate with people, although those are very effective methods for getting the sale, right? Persuading people and then getting the sale and making money, which allows you to grow wealth. All right, but just making money is not enough because you can make money and then spend it. It doesn't help you grow your wealth. You see the difference there? If you are making money, well, you might just put it into a savings account and then it doesn't snowball. Or you can make money and like I said, you can spend it. So we want something that is going to allow us to snowball wealth over time. by reading of all things, right? Okay, we're going to get to that answer in a moment. All right, another thing here is that we are focused on learning, implementing, and leveraging knowledge. The key here is knowledge, because you can make an investment in what you're doing, right? So your investment is your sweat equity. Maybe you're a carpenter, and or maybe you're an electrician, and you do things hands-on. But that's not the same thing as reading, and we're focused on reading here, which is a very passive activity. It's not very productive. It's very consumption oriented, right? I mean, reading is you're reading and you're absorbing knowledge, but the key is like the value is the knowledge that you're acquiring, and if you acquire the right knowledge with the constraints that I just provided a moment ago, if you acquire the right knowledge, it can give you an edge, and that edge is what can create wealth over time. All right, so focused on learning, implementing, and leveraging knowledge to generate, and this is also important, passive or scalable income. So passive income is, you kind of sit back and let the money pour in over time, where you don't do any work after the initial work. And then scalable income is you make money, right? You generate money, but then that money makes money for you. That's compounding. You see? So passive income, money's coming in, and then you're able to compound the money that is coming in a very unique way. And importantly, as a beginner. So no specialized knowledge at the beginning, but you can acquire more knowledge. And if you acquire more knowledge, that means, importantly, that you can apply that knowledge in a very, very basic way, or a very systematic way. Okay, so what was the answer? How can you get rich by reading? How can you grow your wealth? Well, it really comes down to that knowledge being applied in the right place, the right time, in the right market, and in particular, the stock market. So the answer that I got after crafting this prompt and really spending a lot of time with this is dividend growth investing. Dividend growth investing, which basically means you're buying shares of stock in companies that pay dividends, and those dividends grow year after year. In other words, the actual dividend payment goes up, right? So an example of that kind of company would be an Exxon Mobil, right? So they pay dividends, and every year they raise the dividends by some percent. So you get that yield, you get that dividend, and then on top of that, it grows year after year after year. So ExxonMobil is one of many, many, many examples. Another related answer that the AI didn't give me at that point in time when I ran the prompt was you can create digital assets, but that requires creation. But you don't necessarily have to sell face-to-face or get on the phone. You can just create these products and put them out there. An example of something like that might be something like, if we stretch the definition, might be something like you read and then you write reviews. So you could be an author, you could write articles, but that does require some level of effort and different platforms or places to put your content, right? But you could use Amazon as an example, and there are many, many websites that are looking for article writers as well. So that's not quite right. That doesn't quite fit, but that would be the power behind the idea of creating digital products like ebooks or actual Amazon Kindle books as another path forward versus dividend growth investing. So there you go. That's a prompt that generated a result. You can follow in my footsteps and change it from reading to web browsing or answering emails and so on and so forth. And just make sure you have the same constraints in place, things like, no selling, focused on learning, focused on knowledge, leveraging the tools that are available. And that's the key, is to learn about how the prompts are built and how you can take them apart, almost like Lego pieces, and then put them back together for your own purposes, your own timelines, your own goals. So there you have it. This is John S. Rhodes of the Rhodes Brothers. My brother Matt Rhodes and I really do appreciate you. Please go ahead right now and subscribe to the Rhodes Brothers channel and like this video, of course, as well. It really, really, truly does make a difference to the growth of this channel, and we do appreciate you. We'll see you in the next training. Thank you. Take care.